Hello everyone, this is Garima Singh. Welcome back to my channel. In today's videos, we are going to talk about cyberbullying against women. So let's get started. First of all, we must know what is cyberbullying. Cyberbullying is a harassment through online devices such as computer, laptop, smartphones and tablets, and can occur over social media, in chats room and on gaming platforms.
Cyberbullying against women. The truth is that female violence is a real and tangible concern that must be addressed. The girls are somewhat more likely to be a victim of cyberbullying than boys. 56.7% of adults and girls have experienced cyberbullying at some point in their lives, as compared to 30.5% of adults and boys.
As technology has developed over the last 20 years, cyberbullying has become an increasingly larger issue. The immense popularity of smartphones, various instant messaging apps, and the rise of social media has opened up an ever-growing number of ways for cyberbullies to hurt their targets. Now let's go ahead and talk more about different types of cyberbullying. The first one that I have come across is harassment. Much like offline harassment, online harassment involves sending abusive or offensive messages to an individual or a group. Harassment takes great effort on the part of the bully to hurt the victim. Further, it is intentional, repeated, and constant. The victim will often have no reprieve from the bully. Especially over a period of time, these messages can have a negative impact on the victim's self-esteem or confidence. Another one is cyberstalking. Cyberstalking is a form of harassment. These messages are no longer just offensive and rude, but more threatening in nature. Messages may escalate to threaten victims' physical safety. Cyberstalking can quickly lead to in-person harassment or stalking. The third one is outing. Outing is when the bully publicly shares private messages, pictures, or other information about the victim on the internet. This is done without the victim's knowledge or consent and is meant to embarrass, shame, or humiliate them. The information may be trivial or more private and serious, but either way, it is a form of outing.
Vulnerability rose with the internet use. 22.4% of the respondents aged 13 to 18 years who used the internet for longer than 3 hours a day were vulnerable to online bullying, while up to 28% of the respondents who used the internet for more than 4 hours a day faced cyberbullying, included the study titled Online Study and Internet Addiction, released on February 18.
Let's talk about the examples of cyberbullying. Shreya Singh, 21, an undergraduate student of Lady Shri Ram College, Delhi, became the target of online harassment when she was just 12. A classmate from my previous school had been collecting my photos and information about me and had used this to forge a Facebook page in my name, Singh told India Spin. I had no idea and found out about this fake page through my peers. What initially seemed like harmless teasing soon turned into vicious. Schoolmates took to sending crude messages and unable to cope, Singh started avoiding her friends. She finally sought counseling to deal with depression and switched schools. The mental, psychological, and emotional breakdown of victims of bullying has long been documented. And next, we talk about laws. There is no specific legislation that provides for the specific cyberbullying laws in India. However, provisions such as Section 67 of the Information Technology Act deals with cyberbullying in a way. Section 67 of the Act prescribes punishment for publishing or transmitting obscene material in the electronic form for a term which may extend to 5 years and also with fine.
How to identify cyberbullying? As discussed before, one of the most concerning aspects of cyberbullying is how difficult it can be to recognize. There are a few signs of cyberbullying that include negative or mean comments,
spreading rumors about others, sharing of photos, videos, etc. of others that can be problematic for that person. However, it is not easy to identify where and how cyberbullying is manifesting. It usually occurs across various platforms, making it extremely difficult to track and identify the roots. For example, in a comment section with hundreds of posts, it might be difficult to blame a single person as a bully.
Effects of cyberbullying. Traditional bullying is known to have adverse effects on victims. Academic performance can suffer, anxiety and depression can develop, and these issues can continue into adulthood. And much like traditional bullying, cyberbullying can have severe negative consequences for the victim.
What can be done? I study suggested a campaign to create awareness about cyberbullying among children and adolescents. Focus training program for teachers and session with students on internet safety and guidelines that are included in school's curriculum could be effective. Child rights and usage. Existing cyber laws should be revised for child safety issues, and portals where cyber crime can be reported and should be set up. The three things that activists and scholars have always been advocated, Shah said. First, believe the survivor. Second, create safe spaces. And third, create public literacy. Both the victim and accused need to be counseled, said Yatan Balhara, a psychiatrist with Delhi-based All India Institute of Medical Sciences. He said an abuser may well have a known history of being bullied, he added. So, this is all about the cyberbullying and cyberbullying against women. So, thank you for watching the video. Hope you like it. Thank you.